When we got this camper, it was pretty much just a shell. It did have a lead acid battery in the front. It had a Harbor Freight inverter. You could power stuff, just not very long. And with the lead acid chemistry, you couldn't bring it down to 50% of that battery chemistry. So it would not last very long. But with that Bluetti, honestly, I can just plug my Shoreline right into that AC200 with a B230 expansion battery and be able to power just like I would be plugging into a 50 amp or a 30 amp pedestal at a campground. The AC will work, the heater will work, everything will work. My name is Mike. I'm a director of dining services for Doherty Healthcare, chef by trade, adventureer by hobby. Love playing music, camping, spend time with the family, of course, and getting out in the world. About March of 2020, my wife was pregnant, and the world was getting kind of weird, as you know, and we knew things were starting to shut down here up in Michigan, and we've always loved to camp. So we were researching campers that were easily towable. Crazy story, found one randomly online. I threw in a bid, not even expecting realistically that it would go through, you know. I got an email a couple days later saying, hey, congratulations, you have won. And I'm like, what? I started researching power and how we were going to be able to use this thing, you know. Came across this company that kind of had all-in-one units. So for a steal of a price, I could have all these different units all in one. It's come into play in multiple different plays of life. And I use these units for so many more things than what I'd originally purchased it for. So that's been kind of great, you know. A lot of campsites, especially during COVID, where, you know, state parks and whatnot, you could not find a campsite. They were sold out. And if you did happen to find a campsite, there wouldn't be water, there wouldn't be electricity ran to it, right? I just had bought this great unit from Bluetti, the AC200, and I could literally run this camper right from that single unit. It's worked great. There's an air conditioner running right now. The AC200 would be able to power that. There's also a furnace in there, the water heater, water pump. The Bluetti took care of all that. Most of these campers around us, and these big RVs, they got huge battery banks and huge battery systems that have like 50 different components to them. And if you just were to tell your wife or kid, you know, to go put the solar panels up to the battery charger and to charge it, they're not gonna be able to just do it, you know. These new units make it so easy. With the Bluetti, we were able to, you know, one, save money on these campgrounds because we weren't paying for all these extra amenities. And two, we could get into these campsites because we could just take a campsite or a tent site and take the Bluetti with us, be able to power our amenities and our goods, and got to experience it. So in a way, Bluetti allowed us to go on to make it to the UP and get to experience Pitcher Rocks and Marquette, you know, all these places up in northern Michigan that are just absolutely beautiful. We wouldn't have been able to do it. And outside of that, you know, I play music. So yeah, being in the fruit belt and being a musician, a lot of these wineries will hire bands that want to, you know, come play at on their patios and whatnot. And a lot of the time there's not power. So we would use generators, noisy generators to be able to power our equipment. And just last night we had a practice and it powered our whole system for a good 2 hours. So yesterday I ran my full stack bass rig. I mean, it's a big beast. Ampeg SVT4 Pro with a 410 cab and a 212 dual cab setup. And then the guitar player was playing through a Marshall half stack. Those are not little beasts. I mean, they're quite power hungry animals. But that AC200 was handling it like a champ. No buzz. That paired up with that B230 expansion battery ran us the whole night, and I still had 60% on the expansion battery left when we got done. And we were only pulling at peak 330 watts of that 2,000 watt capacity. So it works wonders in those kind of environments. When I got this unit, we just got the baby, right? So a lot of the breast milk, the pumped milk, it's crucial to keep cold. We could not have the power go out. We get some brutal winters up here. So we've lost power a few times, and especially with having the newborn baby, it was vital to be able to keep our electricity going, because that ran our heat, that ran our fridges, our coolers that were holding our baby's food. That AC200 paid for it itself. That it was able to run our fans. It kept the milk at a safe temperature where it didn't spoil. You know, I'm extremely excited to see where this technology leads in the future, because it's improved and gotten crazy exciting just in the past year alone. The tech, it just keeps moving forward, and it's gonna be really crazy to see where that all goes to here in the next few years. I'm pretty excited.